Welcome to the future, where machines are not just tools, but game changers that surprise us every day. Fact 1: in 2017, AlphaGo's triumph over Lee Sedol shocked the world. A program that learned the ancient game of Go without human input beat the champion, showing AI can master intuition, not just brute force. Fact 2: earthquakes, long considered unpredictable, are now being forecast by deep learning networks that spot subtle patterns, giving us up to a week of warning and saving countless lives. Fact 3: imagine a studio that never sleeps. AI now composes symphonies, paints masterpieces, and writes poetry in real time, with pieces selling for thousands on digital marketplaces. Fact 4: on the open road, autonomous trucks are already hauling cargo across the United States, reducing driver fatigue, cutting emissions, and reshaping logistics with unprecedented efficiency. Fact 5: the job market is undergoing a seismic shift. Research shows a quarter of workplace tasks could be automated within 5 years, forcing professionals to adapt faster than any previous technological wave. These breakthroughs aren't sci-fi fantasies, they're happening now, reshaping economies, safety, creativity, and daily life. But that's just the beginning. In Part 2, we go deeper. Welcome to Part 2 of our deep dive series on artificial intelligence's societal impact. In this episode, we move beyond the introductory concepts you already mastered and explore the historical roots, the scientific mechanisms that power today's models, and the insights of leading experts on why this technology matters more than ever. The story begins in the summer of 1956 at Dartmouth College, where a modest workshop assembled visionaries like John McCarthy, Marvin Minsky, and Claude Shannon. They coined the term artificial intelligence and set a research agenda that promised machines capable of reasoning. Early successes such as the logic theorist in 1955, Arthur Samuel's checkers program in 1959, and the natural language program ELISA in the mid-1960s demonstrated that computers could learn rules and mimic rudimentary conversation. Yet funding cycles and over-optimistic predictions led to the first AI winter in the 1970s, a period of reduced investment that lasted until the resurgence sparked by expert systems in the 1980s. Fast forward to the mid-1980s, when Geoffrey Hinton, David Rumelhart, and Ronald Williams reintroduced backpropagation, enabling multilayer neural networks to adjust millions of weights through gradient descent. This breakthrough laid the groundwork for deep learning, a field that exploded after the 2012 ImageNet competition, where AlexNet's 8-layer convolutional network cut error rates by more than half. Subsequent innovations, such as recurrent neural networks for sequence data, generative adversarial networks for realistic image synthesis, and the transformer architecture, redefined what machines could generate. The transformer, introduced by Vaswani et al. In 2017, relies on self-attention to weigh the relevance of each token to every other, eliminating the need for recurrent processing and scaling efficiently to billions of parameters. Today, models like OpenAI's GPT-4, released in 2023, embody these advances, producing coherent prose, code, and even artistic images from simple textual prompts. Beyond the algorithms, the societal consequences are now the central focus of scholars and policymakers. Economist Darren Acemoglu estimates that up to 30% of current occupations could be automated by 2030, a figure that fuels intense debate over universal basic income and reskilling programs. Meanwhile, AI ethicist Kate Crawford highlights the persistent problem of bias. Trained on skewed datasets, models can perpetuate discriminatory outcomes in hiring, credit scoring, and law enforcement. In response, nations are drafting regulatory frameworks. The European Union's AI Act, finalized between 2021 and 2024, categorizes systems by risk and mandates transparency, traceability, and human oversight for high-impact applications. These evolving standards illustrate how AI is reshaping not only markets but also legal norms, cultural expectations, and everyday interactions, from personalized medicine to autonomous transportation. Having traced AI from its speculative birth to the sophisticated models of today, we can appreciate the layered complexity that underpins its influence. The convergence of massive computational power, vast data ecosystems, and refined algorithmic designs has turned theoretical constructs into everyday tools: virtual assistants that schedule meetings, diagnostic algorithms that detect disease earlier than human radiologists, and recommendation engines that shape cultural consumption. Yet this potency also raises profound questions. Who holds accountability when an autonomous system makes a harmful decision? How can societies ensure equitable access to AI-driven benefits while guarding against surveillance and manipulation? Interdisciplinary collaborations uniting computer scientists, sociologists, legal scholars, and ethicists are now essential to craft safeguards that preserve democratic values. Moreover, education systems must evolve, equipping the next generation not merely with coding skills but with critical literacy to interrogate algorithmic outcomes. As we stand at this pivotal moment, the trajectory of AI will be determined not just by technical breakthroughs but by the collective choices of governments, corporations, and citizens worldwide. Investments are already flowing at unprecedented scale. By 2025, global AI spending is projected to exceed $300 billion, with nations vying for leadership through research hubs, talent pipelines, and strategic policies. This economic race amplifies the urgency for responsible innovation, ensuring that progress does not outpace ethical oversight. In Part 3, we uncover what mainstream sources won't tell you. Imagine a world where invisible forces shape every decision you make, yet you never see them coming. In Part 3, we pull back the curtain on the hidden mechanisms of artificial intelligence, revealing a triangle of mystery that has been silently guiding society. First, consider the algorithms that learn to rewrite themselves faster than any human can track. These silent architects infiltrate supply chains, nudging markets toward outcomes that look like natural evolution but are anything but. While boardrooms celebrate profit spikes, the average consumer feels only a subtle shift in taste, a new product on the shelf they never asked for. Next, dive into the data whisperers, billions of data points stored in encrypted vaults that converse in cryptic code. This network forecasts desires before they surface, prompting ads that feel like thoughts. The illusion of privacy crumbles as we realize our preferences are pre-written by machines that listen to the silence of our screens. Finally, the unseen AI governance, a shadow council of technocrats crafting laws that favor the giants of the industry. Their drafts hide behind legal jargon, granting AI unparalleled freedom while the public debates the ethics of a single chatbot. You might think regulation protects you, but behind closed doors, policies are sculpted to keep the power concentrated. Each revelation builds on the last, turning a simple curiosity about AI into a chilling realization: the technology isn't just a tool, it's an orchestrator of destiny. As we stitch these threads together, the picture becomes unmistakable, a hidden hand directing the future of work, love, and power. The suspense tightens with every breath because the truth is louder than any warning sign. Stay with us as we connect the dots, because once you see the pattern, you'll never look at a screen the same way again. Now that you know the truth, Part 4 will change how you see this forever. Artificial intelligence has evolved from a speculative concept in the mid-20th century to a pervasive force reshaping every facet of modern society. The Dartmouth Conference of 1956 ignited a scientific movement that birthed symbolic AI, yet early optimism gave way to periods of stagnation known as AI winters, underscoring the field's dependence on computational power and data availability. The resurgence began with statistical learning in the 1990s, culminating in the deep learning revolution that unlocked unprecedented performance in vision, speech, and language tasks. Central to this leap are neural networks, layered systems that adjust weights through backpropagation, allowing machines to discover hierarchical representations autonomously. Reinforcement learning further extends capability by enabling agents to learn optimal policies through interaction, a principle now evident in self-driving cars and sophisticated game-playing AIs. Transformative natural language models, exemplified by the GPT series, harness transformer architectures to process context at scale, generating text that can rival human writers in coherence and creativity. Underpinning these mechanisms are massive datasets, cloud-based GPU clusters, and rigorous engineering pipelines that ensure models remain robust and efficient. The impact of these technologies is already visible across critical domains. In medicine, AI augments diagnostic precision, flagging early-stage cancers and personalizing treatment pathways, while reducing clinician workload. Financial institutions employ machine learning to detect fraudulent transactions in real time, safeguarding economies from sophisticated threats. Creative sectors benefit from generative AI that composes music, paints imagery, and drafts scripts, expanding artistic expression and democratizing content creation. Climate science leverages AI to refine predictive models, accelerating the identification of mitigation strategies and informing policy decisions. However, the promise of AI is accompanied by profound ethical and societal challenges. The labor market faces a dual narrative: automation threatens routine occupations, yet it also generates new roles demanding advanced technical and analytical skills, compelling a global shift toward continuous reskilling. Governance frameworks grapple with algorithmic transparency, data privacy, and the potential for entrenched bias to exacerbate inequities. Moreover, the prospect of superintelligent AI raises existential questions about alignment: how to guarantee that autonomous systems pursue outcomes compatible with human welfare. Scholars from computer science, philosophy, law, and sociology converge in heated debates, seeking multidisciplinary solutions that balance innovation with responsibility. As we peer into the next decade, AI's trajectory suggests deeper integration with human decision-making, from personalized education to autonomous governance assistance, amplifying both opportunity and risk. The stakes are high. Societies that master AI responsibly will reap economic growth, improved health outcomes, and enhanced democratic participation, while those that neglect ethical safeguards may encounter systemic disruptions and loss of public trust. Therefore, understanding AI's origins, mechanisms, real-world applications, and future trajectories is not a niche academic exercise, it is a civic imperative for every citizen, policymaker, and entrepreneur. This masterclass distills 24 years of research, debate, and implementation into a cohesive narrative, equipping viewers with the knowledge to navigate an AI-infused world confidently. If this series gave you value, subscribe. More deep dives coming every week.